All right, welcome back to the channel. If you're an abolitionist or maybe you're a pro-lifer, then you've probably had discussions about abortion with those who are of the pro-choice persuasion, okay, those who support abortion. And let's be honest, some of those probably weren't the most enjoyable conversations. Not necessarily because of the individuals themselves, but because of the dehumanizing, discriminatory, ableist arguments that they like to use. Okay? Pro-choicers are people who call innocent babies things like clumps of cells, like parasites, blobs of tissues even, and so forth. They have all sorts of names that they like to call these innocent babies. A lot of times they sound like slaveholders from the 19th century South, claiming that babies aren't really persons, just like they said their slaves weren't really persons. These pro-aborts, they like to argue that abortion should be legal because a child might grow up poor or disabled, as if being poor or requiring a wheelchair maybe is such an awful thing that you'd be better off dead or aborted, right? It's disgusting, okay? You may also not have enjoyed those conversations with pro-choicers because of how illogical and unscientific their stances are. I know I've been there before, okay? But that's par for the course when you're dealing with this crowd. All they care about is their own feelings, their own wants. So they don't let the facts get in the way when it comes to their irresponsible sexual behavior. They don't let the truth stand in the way of them killing innocent babies. And let me be clear, they're not confused. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're advocating for. Okay, they know it is a human being that's growing in the womb, but they simply don't care. And that's why it's so ironic that they constantly bring up rape and incest as so-called legitimate reasons for why abortion should remain legal. In reality, they don't care about rape victims. They don't care about victims of incest. All they care about is being able to use them for their own benefit to try to win an argument. You know how I know that's true? Anytime I ask a pro-choicer if they'd be okay with banning all abortions except for those resulting from rape and incest, do you know what their answer always is? It's a hard no, hard pass, right? And do you know why that is? It's because they want abortion legal, accessible, and on demand for any reason whatsoever. They want it legal whether you're that hypothetical 5-year-old girl who's a victim of rape that they always like to bring up. They want it available in case you're just have no morals and you're constantly sleeping around. Okay? But we already knew that was the case. So that's not a surprise, right? I mean, the statistics tell us the true story. They highlight the true reasons behind the why of our women seeking out abortions. If you're interested in looking up the facts, you can do it yourself. Google National Right to Life, Reasons for Seeking Abortion. Okay, it's an article from 2025, so it's not old. It has all the attached information and links. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. Okay, but from that, we see that approximately 96% of all abortions are done for elective reasons. Not because somebody was a victim of rape or incest. No, people are seeking abortions for that reason. They're only a whopping 0.4%. It's not even a full percentage point worth of all the people who are seeking abortions. But when you speak to pro-choicers, that's all they want to talk about. They talk about that 5-year-old girl, the 8-year-old girl, the one that also has some terminal condition, right? They always try to come up with these crazy off-the-wall scenarios. Worst case possible, right? Pro-choicers try to make it seem as if over 90% of all abortions are done due to the mother getting raped or because the baby is the result of an incestuous relationship. And that's simply not true, okay? But they already know that. Once again, they're just exploiting those victims for their own sick gain. The overwhelming majority of abortions are done because a woman doesn't want her career to be interrupted, because she doesn't want her college life to be interfered with, okay? They're done for selfish reasons. In heavily blue states, places like New York, California, and Minnesota, abortions can, at a minimum, they can be performed up to 24 weeks of gestation, okay, to what they consider the point of viability. And they don't care why you're getting one. They don't care at all. No, of course not. After all, it's your reproductive right to do as you please. They'll say it's all about the woman's bodily autonomy. But really, what it is at the end of the day, it's about killing innocent human beings who are growing in the womb. It's disgusting that when you go to their websites, they want to talk about keeping abortion safe. They babble on about keeping women safe during the process of abortion. But in reality, there's nothing safe about abortion, okay? And that's because with every successful abortion, an innocent human being dies. Okay, whether their skull is crushed and their limbs are ripped off, whether they're injected with poison like an inmate on death row, or whether they're starved to death, the end result is always the same. It's a dead baby. It's a dead baby that was a human being created in the image of God, whose life was taken, all because of the greed and the selfishness of its parents, both mother and father. And it's a sad fact of life because that's the culture we live in here in America in 2025. We're not sacrificing our children to the sun gods or the moon gods or to Moloch, okay? But we'll certainly sacrifice them to the gods of hedonism and to the gods of unbridled lust and sexual indulgences. So, should abortion be legal due to legitimate cases of rape and incest? Absolutely not. Okay, the manner in which a baby was conceived in no way impacts or determines its worth as a human being. They shouldn't be punished for the sins of their fathers. Every single baby has the right to life because they were all created in the image of God. Jesus loves them. He died for them. So as abolitionists, we ought to defend every last one of them. Equal justice under the law and equal protection for all babies, born and unborn. That is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. You guys all have a great rest of your day. Take care.